Welcome back to the eSports Report. Chris Bucket and Revan. And Revan, we were just talking about FaZe Red. They're the 6th seed. We'll show you the group one more time. They're going to be playing at the X Games this weekend. Envy, Optic, FaZe Red, and Curse Orange. Only 2 of these teams will advance to play in the single elimination bracket. That's going to decide our bronze and our gold medal matches. So FaZe Red, they have a tough challenge right away, and that is going to be against Optic Gaming on Friday night in the afternoon. So what do you think is going to go down here? I gave my official prediction. It was FaZe Red losing in Game 5 due to Optic Gaming's S&D prowess. What about you?
I'm going to have to agree with you there. I think if FaZe are unable to take all 3 respawns, I don't think they're going to be able to take the series.
Well, I was just looking at the stats, and one of the reasons that I think they might struggle in S&D, Optic Gaming has a 1.04 KD, FaZe Red 0.99. Now, that's not a huge difference, but if you consider the amount of matches that they've played, Optic Gaming just consistently getting more kills. So if FaZe Red wants to take the S&D, I think we're going to need to see a lot of sneaky bomb plants, maybe some unusual strategies, but mostly they're just going to have to keep up with the slaying power of this Optic crew. Now, FaZe Red, they're currently 5th overall in the league. They're looking pretty good on their trip to Anaheim, but let's take a look at where they stand in the CoD League after about 27 matches compared to everyone else. We can see FaZe Red at number 5, 15-13, 54% win ratio. They need to stay in the top 8. Do you see them slipping to any of the teams below?
Well, I'm looking below them. So you have the Nile, who are 59 and 67, so they're around 4 maps behind. 58 maps, 57 maps. Team Caliber, they've won 69 maps, but they lost 71. A lot of Game 5 losses there. I could see a couple of teams that are very close, and there's still time before Anaheim. So Vex could still make a run. Denial could still make a run. Even Curse Black could still make a run to try to get to FaZe Red's spot.
So we'll see how long can FaZe Red hold on. Now, last night we had some big matches going down. That was between the bottom 4. Team Caliber, Strictly Business, Justice, and Curse Orange faced off. Revan, break it down. What happened last night in those matches?
A lot of 3-2 victories. I mean, in the Curse Orange versus Justice, I know you probably saw stuff going on Twitter. I believe Justice forfeited Curse Orange for a game, but Justice, I'm pretty sure they also won 2 of their 3 games yesterday. So that's good for them. Last time I saw them in the overall standings, they were near the bottom of the list. So every win is very important to them.
So you can see on top we had TK. TK, 2-1, 8-5. It was actually Strictly Business that went 0-3. Our graphic is wrong. Apologies for that. Justice going 2-1. Like you said, a big day. And you said they took a loss to the forfeit, or did they take the loss?
They took the win for the forfeit.
They took the win over Curse Orange. So a little bit of animosity between these squads. Here is the breakdown of exactly the matches. TK, Strictly Business, went to Game 5. SB falling just short there. A much-needed win for Team Caliber. Justice with the Curse Orange victory, as well as a Game 5 victory over SB. So that's 2 back-to-back Game 5 failures for Strictly Business. And then Curse Orange against TK, the only loss for Team Caliber on the night. They also beat Strictly Business in another Game 5. 3 straight Game 5 losses for Strictly Business.
Yeah, that's not good for the team confidence going into X Games.
What's happening with this crew?
It could be a factor of online. It could be a factor of trying to hold back strategies, because you heard Stainville yesterday while we were interviewing him how much winning a gold medal would mean to him. So I would hope that it is because they're holding back strategies, but also they're playing with 2 different fourths right now. They're playing with Methods, and then they're playing with FaZe for the X Games. So they got to scrim with 2 different fourths, 2 different play styles. So maybe a combination of both things. Okay,
so that's where we stood going into the day. At the end of the day, let's bring up our overall stats one more time. We're going to see Evil Geniuses sitting pretty in first place, 25 and just 6 losses. Optic Gaming moving slightly above Envy for number 2 slot. They have 19 wins to only 9 losses. That's 68% match win loss rate. And then Envy, 20 and 11, 65%. Now, FaZe Black, they should be moving up here shortly as well in that running for the top 3. FaZe Red below with Denial eSports feeling pretty comfortable in the top 6. What's getting weird here, Evan, is the bottom 6 teams. Vex Gaming has been hot. They've been not. Where do you expect them to place at the end of this CoD League season?
I don't know. It's tough to tell. Really, anything could happen. Call of Duty is such a day-to-day game. Whoever is hot during that day is going to walk away with the win. So if Vex, if they decide, you know what, let's just win all our matches, then they could move very far up in the standings. But, it all comes with that practice and that preparation. If they're doing their homework on the teams they're playing against, then I think they're going to have a pretty good shot.
Tonight, we have some interesting matches, and here's what you guys can catch. It all starts at 7 p.m. Eastern right here on MLG.TV, the best place to watch it. At the bottom of your screen, live on MLG.TV/COD League. That shows you all of the streamers of the night. Optic Gaming facing off against Curse Black. But most importantly, we're going to see at 8:30, Optic Gaming versus FaZe Red, a preview of the X Games.
I'm going to be watching
match
that one.
number 1. That is going to be one hell of a match. We'll see who's right, Revan. Are we both wrong? Is Optic Gaming going to lose tonight? It isn't land, but it could be a good indicator. Also, Vex with some much-needed wins. Let's take a look one more time at your final matches. Vex, they're sitting in 6th or 7th place right now. Can they move up? They're going to have a tough challenge this evening, facing off against Optic, FaZe Red, and more.
Yeah, Curse Black, I believe, is there as well. And, Tipsy was joking a bit on Twitter saying that Curse Black got their internet fixed. So look for Curse Black to make a run tonight.
You think?
I'm hoping they could win some matches.
You liking this Curse Black crew? Unfortunately, this is not the team that's heading to the X Games. I think Curse Black is actually much stronger than Curse Orange right now. Do you agree with that?
I think because of the lack of practice of Curse Orange, I definitely agree there.
And who is the star player on Curse Black in your eyes?
Mochella and Tipsy. I think they're both very talented. It all depends from game to game, but probably Mochella, I think.
Last time when we talked to Burns, he said that Enable, coming over from the Halo days, has really taught them about playing less selfish, playing as a team, everyone doing the roles. I want to see how much have they improved. They've been in a team house together for several weeks. Enable's been going over strategies with these guys, and like you said, the real stars to watch, Tipsy and Mochila, will they be able to pull off any upsets? Those are some big-name matches to look out for. Of course, Vex and Curse Black right next to each other on the leaderboard. Optic Gaming facing off against FaZe Red, a preview of the X Games at 8:30. Revan, any other thoughts on FaZe Red before we close the show?
I'm going to be looking for them to make some major upsets at X Games. I feel like, Optic Gaming, they're definitely a fan favorite. MVS definitely a fan favorite. FaZe, even though they have a huge YouTube following, I feel like people still underrate them. And I think that's going to work to their advantage.
And you got to think about it. They've kind of been out of the spotlight. You get a 6th place finish at COD Champs, then you fall even farther, losing to Envy in the winners bracket, getting knocked out by TK, who's playing with the Phil and Mad Cat in Niagara. Those guys went out 12th. So not a whole lot of huge expectations for FaZe Red. I think that's the perfect time to strike. Might be able to catch one of those top 2 teams sleeping.
Oh, without a doubt. How do you think FaZe Red is going to do?
I think they are unfortunately going to get 3rd in this group. Even if they win match number 1 against Optic Gaming, I think you could see them struggle against Envy. And then we would see possibly Optic or Curse Orange versus FaZe Red in the finals match to go through. If it's Optic Gaming, Optic might be able to take it the second time.
Well, one thing I will say about Optic Gaming, I know we haven't covered them yet on the show, but they are looking significantly better with Proofy.
Absolutely. Not going to disagree there at all. He seems to be that missing piece. Is it enough? We'll talk about Optic on the same day as Evil Geniuses. That's next Tuesday. Tomorrow's squad, though, it's the number 5 seed overall. They've played with a fill-in for UGC. Still finished pretty well. Team Caliber is going to be our featured squad. What do you know about this squad?
I'm a real big fan of Sharp. Sharp's one of my good friends in the COD scene. I used to team with him. I can't wait to talk about him on the show.
All right, TK is tomorrow. Tonight, here are the matches one more time. Catch it live on MLG.TV/COD League. Starting off at 7 o'clock, Optic Gaming, Curse Black, FaZe Red, Vex Gaming. 8:30 match, the Optic FaZe Red matchup we've all been waiting for. Vex versus Curse Black. That's a big standings matchup. And then we're going to see Vex Optic, Curse Black, FaZe Red, 10 p.m. all live here on MLG.TV. Thank you guys for tuning in to the eSports Report. Enjoy the rest of your evening. We'll be back tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern, with our number 5 seed. Team Caliber is the team of the day for Thursday.